Hi guys, I'm back again with another video of my latest journal, which is The Secret Garden, one of my favourite childhood memories. It's quite chunky, it's quite a large journal. It has 176 pages, and that is not including these two folders, but we'll go through that as I'm going through the journal. Again, this journal is not a crammed journal full of tuck pockets and loads of different ephemeras. It's not, you know, one of these chunky journals that I normally do. I've been experimenting with a couple of my journals now, just seeing, you know, what I like doing and things like that, and I've been enjoying trying out different dyes and things like that. We'll get into that in a minute. So it is quite a large journal. It is quite heavy to say. There's hardly any ephemera and things like that inside of it in journaling cards. So we'll start off with the front. We have this door, which obviously is all handmade by myself. I use card, and then I've gone over it with tissue to create this kind of look, which I do use tissues quite a lot when I'm creating some of my journals. And then obviously I've had to score lines to create like a door, and then gone across again with some I think it was just tissue, and I just kept going back and forth to try and make a bit of a 3D effect there. And then as you can see, we've got these like pins, but these are actual upholstery pins what I've used and had lying around. And then we've got a little doorknob there, and then obviously the key. I can't get my words out. Yeah, for the key to open the secret door. And then this is actual real moss. I do like going for walks in the woodlands and things like that with my husband, and every now and again I'll take a bag with me and I'll just take some like moss and things like that off the trees, and pick up twigs and leaves that have fell off trees and things like that, because I do enjoy doing like woodlandy kind of themed journals. So yes, this is real moss. So we'll open the little door, and it is used with magnets. I did make a mistake though. I put the magnets under this paper, and it's the same on this one. I put magnets under the paper so you couldn't see and they weren't visible. But then when I glued the paper on, it would not connect, and I was like a bit disappointed in that. And then I thought, well, maybe because the paper's in the way, it's kind of stopping the magnetic force from closing it, so I had to put them over the top. So we have this gorgeous image of the secret garden, which is out of a book which I've not got on my desk at the moment, but it has like a few sections in it of like inside the secret garden and then inside the house and things like that. And I knew straight away that I wanted to use this picture. It was a lot more bigger, but I wanted to get the wheelchair in and the secret garden gate, and obviously the robin, and then there's either the crow or the raven and little animals and things like that. And then little pocket, and we've just got some journaling cards, and this is obviously the keyhole, and obviously if you look into it you can see the secret garden, and then the girl entering the secret garden. And then just something that I made, this is out of my garden and I just like made it like a bit of a specimen kind of card, and it says out of the house. So yeah, that all just closes, and it's quite a good strong magnet, so there's no worry of that like flinging open. And then I've used some I forgot the name of it, like paste, and this is just to create like a bit of a brick effect. And then obviously I've used different types of greens and blended different colours together to create different types of coloured greens and things like that. And then on the back I've used different textures of papers. And again, this is texture paste, which creates 3D. So yeah, that's the outside. And then we've got this lovely Sorry silk, and then we have like a branch charm there. So get straight in. It's not a long video because there's not, you know, it's not crammed, should we say. I do apologise for my messy desk. I normally clean it up before I do videos, but my daughter is only in nursery for half a day today, and I've only got so long to get the video done, and I want to get a bit of gardening done before the kids come home. So this is the inside into the garden, and then we have the key to the secret garden, and I just put that on some Sorry silk because the robin showed the way. Just some journaling cards, and then out of this secret garden book that I had, it had a bit of a map in it, but I don't know if this is the whole of the secret garden once, you know, it was all done up. I'm not so sure. But obviously this is the manor where the little girl lived before she found the secret garden. And that's just on the back of the page. So that's added in because, you know, it's part of the secret garden. And then this is actual book pages out of the book, The Secret Garden. I have like quite a vintagey book, which I do have at the side of me, which is this. Secret Garden, and some of the pages and images are gorgeous. I can't bring myself to completely rip it just yet, because obviously I would like to make another journal of the Secret Garden, but make a full crammed one in the near future. So there we go. And then obviously this is out of the book, and obviously I wanted that to be the beginning of this journal. And then obviously this is a manor. Now I've not added a story into this, but we all know, whoever's watched The Secret Garden or read the book, there's a little girl and she's her parents, I think her mum died, and a dad, and she come from India, I think it was. So what I've done, I've kind of gone through like some of my old vintage photograph stock, should we say, and I found on this one image of this young girl. So I'm going to pretend that this is the girl that was the one that found the secret garden. And then this is a real vintage ticket, and she had to obviously get a train to live with I think it was her uncle, or I don't know. I'm quite rubbish, and it's not long that I've watched the new Secret Garden and I can't believe I can't remember half the story. So this is the train ticket that she used to go. And then we have this real vintage tea time fare. So you've got meringue, spice cake, coconut, oat, I'm assuming that would say biscuits, meringue, Italian tomatoes and drop scones. I just added that because, you know what a lovely you know, they did eat out in the secret garden. So I've added quite a couple of these recipes in here, and I forgot how to fold it, how it was originally. There we go. So I have added a couple of these recipe ideas in this journal, like light lunches and things like that. So then on the other side, this is one of the envelopes that I made, and I do have a video on my YouTube channel on how to make these. It's made out of tissue paper and cereal, the inside of the cereal boxes, the paper what the cereal comes into, and I've made them into like envelopes, but I do have a YouTube video on how to make them. So this is another vintage card, and I'd like to think that this was like a picture taken in India before she came to the manor with her dad. And then inside this envelope there is a picture of a stunning house, manor. Obviously this is the name of it in Doncaster. Does it say? Yeah, Doncaster. But I just thought with it having open gardens and it being like a manor looking house, I would have thought that she might have kept a picture from where she grew up after coming home from India. So I tried to keep a couple of things like that in here, trying to like make this journal a bit of a diary from her side, her point of view kind of thing. This journal, like I said, it's not crammed with tuck pockets, it's mostly just filled with different papers. There's 4 signatures, and each signature, it's a bit like there's like a colour in each of the signature. One signature I dyed the papers with, I think it was avocado, and then this is like a more pinkier signature, which is the second signature, and I used like a light red colour, and it turned out like a light pink. The third signature I used a red cabbage, and as you can see the pages turned like dark blues and light blues. That's another colour. And then my fourth signature, I think that's just like normal tea dyed paper, so I just wanted to get that out the way. And if you put the book together you can just see all the different colours, which I think is like really pretty. So I'll get straight on. So I have used like images like this out of what's it called, The Country Flowers of a Victorian Lady, which there is some pages in here. And then I have made a couple of collages with different textures of papers and stickers. And then I have added journaling cards, but a lot of the pages are blank. This is another botanical out of a vintage book. I have added a couple of stamps, and then this is a take on how to make not your own paper but to make it look like that, and I've used like dried rose petals and things like that, and then gone over it with tissue paper. This idea was from, I think it was a Purple Poppy. I'm not so sure, but I think it is off that lady. It's just some lovely tutorials. And then of course you can't have a garden book without the lovely Edith Blyton. No, it's not Edith Blyton. Oh god, it's Edith Holden, sorry, I get mixed up with Edith Blyton and Edith Holden. Yeah, this obviously opens up, and then we have some more journaling cards. And then there's 2 of these in this journal. This was inspired by Nick the Booksmith. She made a Secret Garden journal, and she made some, I think she made 2 or 3, and she added some like woodlandy things on, and they stuck up out of a journal, and I thought that's such a good idea. So this idea was taken from Nick the Booksmith. And inside it's just all tea dye papers, and there's 24 pages in this one. So this journal is really ideal for someone who loves to journal, someone who's, you know, wants a gardening book and things like that. Ideal. And then we have a side pocket, and this is from the front of the book. When you open the door, this is part of the image. I didn't want to just throw it away. And we've got journaling cards, and then we have another vintage like recipe: high teas and suppers, cheese souffle, an American fish pie, stuffed tomatoes, egg baked in potato, cheese arrogatives. So yeah, you can just imagine them sitting having a picnic and having like light teas and light lunches. This is one of my favourite vintage postcards. It has a recipe for apple and ginger jam, Mother's. So I thought that was like really lovely to add in. This is probably one of my favourite postcards. It's just a nice feeling that someone, you know. And then again we have another recipe: toad in the hole, batter, cheese dreams, egg and tomato pie. So quickly flick through. That's the first signature. This is the second. It's more pinky. More journaling cards, vintage ledger, some paper out of vintage book. This is another one of my favourite postcards, which I bought from somewhere in Bolton, or I went to like a really old castle in Bolton, and I bought 2 of these, and the original pictures from an 1800 botanical book. Some more stamping. I think that's called mulberry paper, I think. I'm not so sure. More journaling cards. And then we've got this. Oh no! It's stuck. Typical. I'm doing a video. This is just a picture I printed off Pinterest. Little girl. This was off a candle that I had last year in October. It was like a pumpkin and something with a candle, and this was wrapped around my candle. And I just thought it was lovely to add in this journal. And this is a really old vintage piece of paper, quite large. So I just wanted to add that in. This is supposed to be a quick video, it's turned into a flipping 30-minute video. Some journaling card, and then this is something that I did last year, just like a leaf, which I've pressed and then put in a plastic type of thing. This is out of the book, and obviously this is the manor. These pages are now turning into like a bluey colour. We've got the Robin who showed the girl the key to the secret garden, and then some more of Edith Holden's book pages. It's a lovely image I got off Pinterest, and then there's some journaling card, and then this is another postcard which I think I bought from Times Gone By in Charlotte. Some more journaling cards. Little envelope / journaling card. A bit of collage and a real old vintage ticket. I only received these yesterday in the post. And then we're on the fourth and final signature. Another journaling card / envelope. This is just some random scraps of papers that I had and just made it into like a bit of a journaling spot. And then this was at the front of a large book, like the beginning of a book, and I just thought it would look really nice to journal on the back side. I've distressed it, a lovely sunflower, and of course the lovely little Robin there, more stamping. And then again we have another journaling book. Again, this has got 24 pages to journaling. And a lovely image of a girl in a garden. More journaling cards. And then again out of the Secret Garden book, which I've just shown you. And then that is the end of the video. I'm sorry if I do mumble on sometimes and I forget my words. This will now be up for sale in my on my Facebook page. It is a gorgeous journal. And I love the different coloured leaves on the top. They do remind me of like an autumn colour. Like I say, it's perfect for anyone that just loves to journal and write. So yeah, and then again, oh, and I forgot to add that I added a bit of vintage lace there. I forgot to mention that. So yeah, that's the end of the video. So if you want any more information or anything, it is up for sale on my Facebook page. So thank you for watching again. If you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, there's a bell button at the bottom. Just click subscribe. I am trying to make journals weekly, depending on what kind of journals I'm thinking of doing. So yeah, thank you for watching and goodbye.